Disclaimer. This week's edition of This Week in Tokusatsu features ranting, shouting, and at times, screaming. Those with headphones and sensitive ears should use discretion before continuing. Do you like Toku? Well, I like Toku. What about Toku? This Week in Toku.
Hello everyone, I'm the Vacuuminator.
I'm Buster.
And this week in Toku, we're going to be talking about why I fucking hate all of you, why you're all fucking morons, and why we're never fucking talking about Power Goddamn Rangers again on this show. But before that, Buster, how are you doing?
Ultraman, baby. Legit.
Yeah.
It's all week I've been watching Ultraman. I'll get into that when we get to old stuff and toys. But I also kind of been stressed out because it's the writer strike shit, and I'm just like, I had to kind of panic, being like, okay, what do I have to cover? Like, what can I cover? What can I not? Because of the whole strike stuff. I don't know. The strike's been on my mind a lot because I do want to break into the industry. So.
I was actually talking about that shit with my mom today. That was surreal. And she didn't seem particularly anti-union, which was kind of surprising because she's very right-leaning.
Hey, okay. I think that's about it for stuff we've been doing. I mean,
hey, also, where there are a lot of very strong left-leaning pro-union politics?
I don't know, actually. That's kind of
media. We're all fucking lefties here. I try to be a centrist, but I do lean left very hard. Anyway, fucking engage with the algorithm, you bitches. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, follow us on social media, whatever social media still exists by the time this comes out. Go Patreon Boingo. Give Boingo $3 on Patreon to watch his Blazer videos. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Confirm.
Don't donate to our Patreons. Donate to Boingo's first. Then donate to ours.
Yeah.
Donate as your means allows. Also, maybe give money to the strike funds.
Yeah,
that'd be cool too. Do that. Yeah, strike funds first, because that benefits a lot of people. Then our Patreons specifically, in the order of Boingo, me, Buster.
Oh god.
I went in the order of who joined Modular in one order. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine.
Anyway, let's get into the news, everybody. I'm a level with all of you. I've been having car troubles for the last 48 hours, which is usually the time when I get the news links for this show and No Prize together. So I didn't have time to get the news links. There's not going to be news links in the video description this week. We're just going to talk about the biggest stories for each of the big franchises that happened this week. There wasn't anything that really caught my eye with Ultraman, but we got something for Godzilla, we got something for Kamen Rider, we got something for Sentai, and oh fucking boy, do we have something for Power Rangers. But let's start off with Godzilla, because we got the official trailer for the new Toho Godzilla film, and the title is Godzilla -1. I don't know if this is meant to be a prequel or this is just another alternate universe thing.
It takes place in the 1940s.
Yeah, I got that, but I was like, okay, so is this a prequel to 54, or is this in another universe where Godzilla came earlier?
It's probably another universe where Godzilla came early. It's just playing on the -1 because, hey, this is a time before Godzilla traditionally appears. So,
And I mean, it's going to be interesting because I don't think I've seen a recent big budget Japanese film do a period piece, at least not one that's made it over to our Western markets. And that's a very interesting and politically charged point in Japan's history. Yeah. And to throw Godzilla into that, oh boy. We do get a few brief shots of just kind of what the movie's going to look like and Godzilla himself. I notice this is a design that the director has used in several smaller projects before, but this was my first time seeing it, and my immediate takeaway was just, oh, you grafted Shin's skin disease onto Legendary Godzilla. That looks kind of cool.
I remember, every Godzilla fan I follow was like, oh, they're using Ridezilla from Godzilla the Ride, which apparently this director also did Godzilla the Ride. So I'm like, oh. And, a friend of mine, William Space Tree, he showed me a clip from one of the director's slice of life movies, and it's just a Godzilla. The opening scene of that movie is just Godzilla. I'm not even kidding. He said that movie came out in 2007, and he said he's had a Godzilla story in his head since 2007.
Oh shit!
So this is gonna be exciting.
Okay. Do you know off the top of your head how we're supposed to pronounce the director's name, by the way? Because I've seen the director's name written out, but I have no idea how you say it, so that's why I've just been saying the director this whole time.
Oh, actually, let me Google his name quick. Because I actually forgot his name. Takahashi Yamazaki.
Takahashi Yamazaki. Okay, I'm committing that to memory now. Everybody yell at me when I say it wrong in Free Weeks or something.
Okay.
But yeah, movie looks really neat. We got the official announcement that it is going to come to the West very soon after its Japanese release. It's releasing in Japan in November. We're going to be getting it in December. I'm assuming it's a Fathom event. That's super exciting. I cannot wait to see a new Toho Godzilla movie in the theater.
Yeah. Also, since I'm looking up the director, the scene from the 2007 movie I mentioned, it was called Always Sunset on 3rd Street 2, for those who want to look at that scene. So
I feel like I've heard that title before. It might have just been in like the general Godzilla discussion this week because, again, this trailer came out on Godzilla Day. Godzilla Fest just ended as of this recording, and it looks like it was a lovely time for all who attended.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been a generally chill and fun time to be a Godzilla fan, which has been a nice distraction from everything else. Speaking of which, Kamen Rider Gachard is a show that's happening. It's coming soon. We still don't have any officially revealed material, but there have been more and more rumors circling around. The Masahiro Inoue returning as a new form of Decade rumor has been resurging, and there's even been like some concept images people have been sharing around of like, this is what we're being told could be the new suit, and it looks interesting. I don't know. And I mean, Masahiro himself teased it, so at this point I'm inclined to believe at least that much is actually happening.
Here's what I think. Maybe Decade will like appear for an episode in the movie War, because we had Ryuki in the movie War for Geats and Revice. So I'm like, maybe that's why all the Decade teasings come, because instead of Ryuki this year, it's going to be Decade, and that's just going to be a new trend for movie wars where they bring back a past Heisei writer or something.
Yeah, instead of it being a big team up clusterfuck, whoever from the last few years we can get back, it's whoever wants to come back this year.
Yeah, or just like for an anniversary or just whatever.
So I would say if they're going that direction, don't just bring back Masahiro. Get Natsumi's actress back. Get Onodera Yusuke. Get DN. Get the whole gang. Get the whole gang. Let's have fun.
Nice. Yeah, it'll be all nice to see all four of them still not complete their story.
Fucking Gates is there, and he's like, "So what's your desire?" And Masahiro, in a way, is just breaks character and goes to not do this anymore. I want my story to be over.
Yeah, some shit like that. Well, speaking of coming back characters.
Yeah. By the way, before we move on to the Sentai thing, also there were leaked, I'm using massive air quotes, leaked photos of the Gachard driver and like parts of the suit, and people were saying, "Oh, we broke into Bandai's factory and Toei's studio." Those were stolen photos from a cosplayer. That shit's not real.
Yeah, they're just prepping early.
Yeah. All right. Now moving on to Sentai. There has been a big rumor swirling around based on potentially leaked toy listings for King-Ohger this week that there is going to be a ton of 10th anniversary merchandise for King-Ohger. And that is going to include a 10th anniversary movie and the return of Kyoryu Red in King-Ohger. There's going to be a mini arc where his actor comes back and just disrupts the whole fucking story so that we can go like, "Oh, remember this guy? Remember how great he is?" And I'm going to go, "No, I don't, because he wasn't. I fucking hate Daigo. Daigo is one of the worst Reds in my opinion. I am team anti-Daigo, and this news makes me very upset if it's real."
Well, even as someone on team pro Daigo, I hate this news too.
Yeah. Because
Because
how the fuck are you even gonna explain him being there? King-Ohger takes place on another planet.
yeah, it's a different continent of all places. Maybe it's like that's where they're gonna be like, oh, guy goes over to Japan and he like takes a trip to the continent that King-Ohger's on or some shit.
What the fuck is Lucky gonna show up and give him a ride on his dumbass space scooter?
Maybe. I don't know. But like, I hope it's just like when the Gokaiders appeared in Zyuohger and it's just like a 2-episode mini. Please just have it be that. Just please have it be that instead of whatever dumb. Like, don't make it like a multi-lasting arc. And I'm inclined to believe it's just going to be 2 episodes. Because remember when like it wasn't just Zenkaiser, but also Zuden, the red robot from Zenkaiser. I hate that I'm forgetting his name.
I don't remember his name either. Jesus. Juran. When Juran showed up in
whenever there was a rumor that both Zenkaiser and Juran were going to be in Dawn Brothers, but Juran was just the mech. So it might just be something along the lines where it's just Kyoryu Red comes in for like 2 episodes, gives everyone a new power. Like
look at my new toy, kids.
Yeah.
Look at this new stupid doohickey I can attach to my gun and get an even dumber look.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Kyoryu suits.
I like the base suits, all the upgrades, even like the upgrades they did in Dino Charge. I'm not a fan of. The base suits are fine. I don't like the armed on. I don't like the fucking Dino Drive and Jigida Frigida, and I don't like and I really don't like Carnival.
I love Carnival.
Carnival.
I think Carnival's one of my favorite like Sentai power-ups, if only because it dances while fighting. So I'm like,
yeah. And again, if we're doing a Kyoryuger 10th anniversary movie, I mean, fine, it was one of the most profitable Sentais in recent years. It makes sense, but like again, get everyone back. I want all 10 of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, or at least like also, they're like, there's technically even more than 10 because they have the extra, like, the descendants of the spirits or something.
Yeah, and like, you gotta get back Candidella and, what's his face? The little green guy.
Luckiro?
Yes, Luckiro. I only remembered Curio is his Power Ranger's name.
Should we get into it or no?
Well, now I'm trying to remember. Did they change Luckiro's gender in Power Rangers like they did for Mucus?
I don't think so. I think they just they didn't really specify. I don't remember Curio's gender.
Dino Charge is due for a rewatch. I apologize. Okay. So we have talked about a lot of fandom drama on this show in the past. A lot of
Power Rangers drama.
A lot of fandom drama specifically pertaining to the Power Rangers franchise. Because a Power Rangers fan whose name is the Vacuuminator or Buster Corp or Database Ranger or Geek with Chris is smart. But Power Ranger fans
the average
are fucking morons. And so Friday rolls around. And Josh, at Living Ranger Key, at Lightning Fig PR, the man who makes Lightning Storm the main news source for Lightning Collection news that's not officially disseminated by Hasbro social media, he posts a tweet basically saying like, okay, I'm really nervous about tomorrow's Lightning Storm. Is anybody interested in it being a premiere? And he doesn't usually do premieres for his videos. And then about 10 minutes later, he's like, all right, it's a premiere. And you see the video is like, is this the end? And like a bunch of clickbaity shit in the thumbnail. And then he goes, okay, I'm going to bed. And then Saturday morning rolls around. And we're all standing there going, what the fuck is this? And the video premieres. And it is Josh detailing that, like, hey, so there's not any leaked listings for future waves right now. The Lightning Collection isn't going to have a presence at SDCC. So I decided to reach out to as many of my sources as I still could. And everybody has told me that basically, aside from the stuff we know about now, that being the next wave with the free figures establishing new teams, the deluxe Rita and Minotaur, remastered MMPR Black, the Master Morpher, the Omega Rangers 4-pack, the Mystery Boom figures and the Morphonaut, and I think the Yellow Ranger helmet. They are not currently working on new items for the line, and they are reassessing where Power Rangers as a brand is at in the face of everything that's going on in the landscape right now. And Josh said in the video, I'm taking that to mean the line is at least going on a hiatus, and it might be outright canceled. I can't say for sure. Everyone took this to mean the Lightning Collection is canceled because, and I will agree with this. I will agree this is correct information. Hasbro doesn't tend to just announce when they're canceling a line. Toy companies in general don't tend to announce. They just stop announcing product, and then at the next big convention, somebody is smart enough to ask a representative, and they say something along the lines of, we're not currently pursuing new products for that brand. And that's as much confirmation as you ever get from a big toy company. And recently, Hasbro has had this happen with a couple of things. The Indiana Jones line, they said, yeah, we're not going to be at SCCC. We only had about, when it got announced, they said we only have about 9 months of product planned. And now we're at a point where, well, there's nothing leaked for this brand. There's nothing new coming out. It's probably dead. The Overwatch line they did several years ago, that didn't sell well. So after 2 waves, they cut the cord on it. Fortnite, not been selling well for them. So a lot of that has been cropping up at Ollie's recently, and there's not been any sort of information about new figures happening for about 6 months now. Line's probably dead. So it is fair to draw a correlation there. But correlation is not causation, everybody. Just because it looks like the Lightning Collection is dead, that does not mean we have 100% confirmation. And when we saw Josh's title and thumbnail the night before, I tried to put out a tweet that said, like, hey, I'm not trying to start beef with Josh. I got no problems with the man personally. But caution. Just have some fucking caution. Let's wait and see what happens come August. Come PulseCon in September. Like, there's still time for them to announce new product. For all you know, they just switched tactics, and now Josh's sources aren't able to get the information he needs. It's somewhat unlikely, because I happen to know how good some of Josh's sources are, and I'm not going to share that out of professional courtesy. But the fact of the matter is, everybody lost their shit over this. And I do think Josh is somewhat at fault for this. The way he handled it, just dropping that title and thumbnail, going to bed, and telling everybody to wait 9 hours, only to get up, drop the video, drop a leaked list of like, hey, here's all the code names for Power Rangers I know. Some of these might be basic figures for Cosmic Fury. Some of them might be Lightning Collection. I'm not sure. Fart and then fuck off again for like 8 hours. It's very ridiculous and a very immature and a very manipulative way to handle things, especially because it's Monday now, and he just started a new show called Lightning Aftermath that opens with a very manipulative sounding diatribe about all this stuff about like, well, the Lightning Collection doesn't really belong to Hasbro. You know, we all invested like thousands of dollars in this toy line, and there's so many talented Power Ranger fan creators out there, and I want to keep collecting this line, so I'm going to try and support those creators by creating content myself of showing off their creations and keeping the spirit of the Lightning Collection is alive. Together we are more. Remember that phrase, everybody? Remember that fucking live, laugh, love ass sounding phrase from the 2017 movie's marketing? Together we are more, Ranger Nation. And my dude, now is not the time to be talking that way. When you set off a fucking chemical weapon in this fandom, and you've got people screaming left and right at each other, screaming at you, and doing all these obscenities, and I'm just going to put it the kindest way I could. You did not handle this well, Josh. You could have just said, hey, I'm a little nervous about tomorrow's episode, but I have some important news to share, and I hope everybody will just take it with a grain of salt and not shoot the messenger. Because I acknowledge you're the messenger. But you didn't do that. You did apologize later, so you know what? Bygones be bygones, but still, you let this happen, and then we've got people running left and right, screaming at each other, screaming at Josh, calling him all these horrible words, and then you have a bunch of other people tripping over their white knight armor so hard to lick the dirt off the bottom of his boots that his fandom has just been an embarrassing dumpster fire for the last, what has it been, 3-4 days now? And I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of this shit happening every 2 to 6 months with the Power Rangers fans. I am so sick of it that I had a video planned for my Great Things in American Media month that I'm doing on my channel this week. I had a video on the Titanium Ranger recorded, ready to be edited for this week. It's not happening. There's no video on my channel this week. I had plans for a Power Rangers 30th anniversary celebration next month. That's not happening now. I'm doing something else. And Buster and I, decided off mic the other day, we're done covering Power Rangers after this. Power Rangers will not be a featured franchise on This Week in Toku going forward. We will still watch Cosmic Fury and enjoy it and discuss it ourselves privately, but we're not going to discuss it on this show. And you know what? I think that's for the best. I think it's genuinely for the best that Power Rangers go dormant in 2024 and probably actually beyond. If I'm being honest, after the way everybody has acted this last weekend, I don't feel like Power Rangers is a franchise that should continue to existing, because clearly none of you have ever learned a single fucking lesson for it. You don't deserve this franchise. What you deserve is to have this franchise that you claim to love, but continue to misrepresent again and again and again, shoved into the same obscurity of Mask and ROM. If I were Hasbro, after seeing the way the fandom reacted to this event, I'd go, I don't want my company to be associated with these people anymore. I'm just going to let this IP, I'm just going to hold on to this IP and keep it and do nothing with it. I'm going to let Boom run that contract out, and then as soon as it's done, whatever their last Power Rangers comic is, that's the last Power Rangers media for like 5 to 10 years. You get the same fucking shit that G.I. Joe just went through, because that is what you people fucking need. You need a break from this franchise. You need a break to step into reality, to go touch grass, to maybe try some other fucking franchise, or to maybe spend your money on stuff in your actual fucking life and get some fucking perspective. Now that this line is ending, take the money you are going to save. Don't put it into more shit to add on to that collection. I don't know, maybe try another Tokusatsu franchise, like any other Tokusatsu franchise. Kamen Rider and Super Sentai are right there. Ultraman is right fucking there, and it's available in English same fucking day now. Why are you acting like it's the end of the world that Power Rangers is ending? You people are a fucking embarrassment and fucking sickening. I really need a break from all of this. I need to take time away from this fucking bullshit and only talk to the people I trust in this fandom from now on. I'm unfollowing everyone except for the people I named earlier because they're my friends and I trust them. I need things to go back to normal like they were before. Before I was trapped in this insane fandom, in this horrible life, in this fascist country, on this miserable backwards planet with the rest of you cowardly evil mutants. I'm sick of here! Don't be a coward! Be a real American! Help me out! Help me find a real America! Do it, you cunts!
We should put a volume warning on this episode.
Yeah, we probably should have.
Yeah. Do you have water?
Yeah, I'm drinking a lot of water right now.
Okay.
I'm done going off. You can go off now.
Alright. Now for my public statement. Lightning collection canceled? Honestly, good. The quality control's been awful. Freaking put that shit on a freeze. Like, don't I would rather have a limited quantity of good toys than a bunch of shitty toys with like bad accessories, bad paint, all that shit. And no show for a while. Well, one writer strike and actor strike just started, and most of the people in this fandom don't really like Beast Morphers and Dino Fury, from my knowledge. So why do you care if the show will continue if you're not even liking it right now? And if you want other things to collect that isn't just Tokusatsu and Sentai, Transformers Earthspark, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe's toys have been really good, I heard. Maybe watch, I know there's not like a current show, but the old shit's good. I don't know, there's lots of other things, guys. They're just, and like...
Fuck, that's some goddamn Paw Patrol. Get in touch with what the kids actually like these days.
You mean Dog Police? I'm sorry,
I mean, there's more than police in that, as I understand it, but yeah, there's a police officer, and fuck that guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just Dog Police. It's been a meme in my brain. But so Power Rangers may be dead, and we aren't gonna engage with it for a while. But like, it's still a recognizable brand. It's gonna come back, and like, it's kind of like I've kind of been having this thought where it's like it's kind of an outdated way of like adapting Sentai in the first place. So maybe if it goes away, okay, I miss it, but like, I have a lot of other things to keep me company. I got friends. Something you all clearly don't have.
You're my friend, right, Buster?
Yeah, you're a good friend. Despite
I love you, buddy.
Thank you for bleeding my ears, though.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I love you, though. I hate everyone else except for you and the Modular guys and Database and Chris. Yeah. Everyone else can die in a fucking bombing at the next PMC for all.
Whoa. Okay. Do you want to talk about mid Tokusatsu Dryas?
Since that was a joke!
Yeah. Do you want to talk about mid Tokusatsu creation Josiris?
Sure. Yeah. This show is a fucking incomprehensible mess.
Yeah, episode 11, Kingdom of Desire. Who the hell cares?
They this show is like, there was so much just pontificating and like, oh, you don't understand things. Oh, yes, I don't understand things. Oh, what's going on with this person? Oh, what's going on with that person? And then halfway through, it seems like we're finally going to get an explanation of what the fuck is going on. And then the explanation they give is just even more confusing and makes me ask even more questions. And then Masahiro Inoue turns into a Digimon at the end.
Why do people like this show?
Because people are bad.
Yeah, true. We just had a whole rant about that. Yeah, I think that's all we got on Josiris. Can we talk about the good shows now?
Yes, please, God.
All right. Ultraman Blazar, episode 2. The man who created Scarred. Kino!
This is really good. I liked it.
Yeah, we had fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fishing.
Yeah.
And also just nice to get introduced to like the wider cast of characters.
Oh yeah, I love the very natural way they introduce everybody, where it's like you get the efficient, militant explanation of who they are and what function they serve on the team and all that. But then you get like a little peppering of characterization, and you get to see them in action as a team at the end. Like it feels like much more of a smooth introduction than really a lot of Ultra series have done in recent years.
Yeah, it's just like, here are the people I want to pick, here are some of the personalities, good shit. And also, like, the little ending stinger with Earth Garon, and, like, the captain saying, kill Ultraman, or, like, defeat it before Ultraman does, and then that zoom in on Gento, where it's like, oh.
You might as well say, I need pictures of Ultraman.
Yeah, legit. Also, I would like to take back what I said about Johnny Young Bosch, the dub version, because he actually did a way better job this episode, I think. Like,
I didn't get a chance to watch the dub this week.
It's fine. But like,
I did want to watch it, but then plans kept changing on me.
Yeah, it's fine. You're fine. But like, yeah, it's a good episode, both sub and dub.
I like that the fight wasn't just a repeat of last week. It very easily could have been, here's another big bombastic wrestling match with this Ultra and a Kaiju, and instead they did something a little more creative with it. There's some more sweeping camera angles. The action's a little more dynamic, and it ends on a big goof.
Yeah, it's like the fishing rod, and it's like they already said that the little plasma specter spear can like do more things, and like it's basically just the Green Lantern.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I didn't see them say that anywhere, so I was like, "Holy shit, he's Green Lantern! Let's go!"
Yeah,
because I've always kind of thought like Ultraman and Green Lantern have a lot in common, with it being a intergalactic peacekeeping force designed by this one alien race that in a benevolent way knows what's best for the whole universe. But they keep getting involved with Earth more than they mean to. Like,
Yeah.
in a general sense, Ultraman and Green Lantern are very similar. And I enjoy both franchises when they're written well. So
Yeah, it's good shit. Good shit. Yeah, Blazer just keeping on the streak. Keep it on the streak. I don't really have much to say on this episode other than it's still good. Still has lots of great character interactions.
all those jokes were great. I like that they were actual natural jokes in the scenes rather than like forced somebody says something goofy and then everybody makes goofy faces kind of humor that you tend to get in a lot of Toei shows.
Well, I mean, I like that humor too, but like it's nice to get more natural humor. It fits with the more military aesthetic, or military corp. But like, it's good shit. And also, like the budgetary. Apparently, I learned this week while people were discussing the episode. Taguchi like said a lot of Blazar's conflict internally is based on his own life working at Subaraya.
Oh,
And like when they said budget stuff, I'm like, oh, is he talking about Ginga and X and all the early
there was discussion of budget stuff, and there's also a scene very specifically where, excuse me, the weapons lady is like, yeah, you should have shot the monster in the face last episode. Why'd you shoot him in the chest? And he's like, we were told to shoot him in the chest. Something must have gotten fucked up in communications. And I'm like, oh yeah, ooh, that's something. He's talking about something there.
He's talking about communicate, but we already know communication's a message of the show. So like that's like leads into that, but still like can apply to like Taguchi's life as a director at Subaru. So it's very interesting. Apparently, also I haven't had a source to back this up, but someone said Gento is supposed to be Taguchi's self-insert. He just outright admitted it. I don't want to back that up. I don't want to say that's fact, but like it's from what I know, it sounds pretty correct.
Next thing you know, we're gonna find out he's doing suit acting for the show, like how Anno did mocap.
No, I mean like maybe if there's a rival Ultra, we'll see. Oh, let's look at the intro of this episode. Godly, I love it.
It's fine.
I like the song. I think the way it recontextualizes the usual Ultraman opening format is really cool. Like specifically like all the social media posts showing the monsters when it's like showing like here's all the monsters you'll fight and stuff. That's really cool.
There's parts of it I dig, but for the most part I was just kind of like, this is what I expect from an Ultraman intro.
Really?
Yeah. Like the crazy visual, I have gotten very meh with Ultraman's crazy visuals in its opening and like zooming through shit.
I mean, I still dig it. So. Anyway, ready for debate? More debate than Commodore Geeks, episode 44, Genesis 6, Neon Shines Bright, or Neo Shines Bright. I don't know if Vac mistyped the title there.
I think Izu subs mistyped it because that's what they had on there. So I just copy paste their shit.
Okay. It was fine.
I really liked this episode.
I don't know. I mean, like, I just feel like Neon, she had a bigger peak in episodes 29 and 30. Here it just kind of feels like, here's some extra shit.
I also, like, I get why you feel that way, because I also know, like, you have some personal stuff that gives you hangups on this kind of story, but I thought they resolved it in the best way they possibly could.
Yeah. 100%.
Like, I'll admit, there was a moment where I was standing there going, like, so you're gonna say you're sorry for hitting her, right, Mom? Right? And she never does. But Neon seems to accept her and get over it, so fine.
Yeah, that's the mom thing really big, but I don't mind the dad. Just the mom thing really like kind of prevented this episode from getting. The new form debut was cool. I like the form debut.
Yeah, I love that. Like they use Baraba as a vehicle to get Neon where they need her to be, but they still give the satisfaction of Buffa, I can't remember a civilian name, of Buffa saying the final, like, fuck you to Baraba.
Yeah. Michinaga, the civilian name.
Michinaga, that's right. And Michinaga's confrontation with Keiwa is fucking great as well. Like, showing just how far he has come as a character, not even throughout the whole series, but just in the last few episodes where, like, he goes to Keiwa and is like, look, dude, you and Geets yelled at me for being a jackass last arc. Now it's my turn to yell at you. Come on, snap out of it. And Keiwa won't snap out of it, and he fucking throws out, dude, I believe in Geets now. I'm working with Geets. People can change. Please fucking change.
Yeah.
It's like, guy.
Yeah, the Keiwa stuff is like really good. I'm very excited to see it come to a head next episode. By the way, shout out to Media Guys Volko on Twitter for editing the next episode preview with Silhouette from Naruto. That was a really good edit.
That's great. Oh, you got to send that to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you soon. But yeah, Geets is fine. You know, I wasn't in love with this episode, but it's a solid episode.
Yeah, it's rolling it wrong.
Yeah. I'm very excited for next episode though, because of the Geets versus Tycoon fight. So yeah.
And everybody's favorite fuckboy coming back for more.
Yes, I'm so excited for that.
Also, it occurred to me this week, we're in a world where everybody who was a victim of the DGP is a writer again. Where's Ben and John?
Please. I mean, they haven't gotten their flowers yet, so that they at least have to make a cameo in the final episode, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, speaking of battles, Osama Sentai King-Ohger, episode 20, Duel of King.
This episode was pretty good.
Yeah, very good, very good. I loved it. Basically, just the end of the Racules' reign on the show, and like, the fact that both of them get to use the King form and all the ways they mess around, like, and switch between them in the fight. And then
there's a brilliant moment where Recules says all the bullshit he said back in the first episode, and it's in front of God and everybody, including the fucking bootlicker, just go like, oh, we've been idiots. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a kind of a cliche, but it's a fine cliche. It's just that battle was like the cornerstone of the episode. Like, finally, Gira can finally take Sugadam for himself.
Was it me, or did you also have like a oh shit seriously moment when you find out that like the one advisor guy has apparently been dead the whole time?
That got spoiled for me, but like I was still like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That was like I love that Sentai, or that like Japanese media in general, is so loose with its like keep kids away from the realities of the world stuff, that like they can have lines in there like, he's probably just bones by now. Yeah. Like, that would never fucking happen in Power Rangers. Superior Sentai.
Superior Sentai, baby.
Also, we teased it way back when. I think I can definitively say, in my opinion at least, Gira and Recules is better than Burai and Geki.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, this episode, I genuinely enjoyed more than I did any part of the Geki and Burai rivalry arc.
I think Geki and Burai has higher highs, but this is more consistently high. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I might be crazy, but I'm pretty sure the hill they shot the final bit of the duel on is also like the hill from where they break Geki or Burai out of the spell.
Yeah. There's a good quarry shots in this episode, so like it might be just be a general quarry, you know, but it's like a similar environment, so they knew what they were doing. It's a good ass episode. I'm excited to see how the status quo shifts in coming episodes, because it looks like we're getting a goofy one or two next to kind of break things up. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised with the way those rumors are going, and with the fact that, like, another thing about those rumors is there's a Japanese toy show, like a industry toy show happening in the next couple of weeks, and what's the name? Kyoryujin of the main link? Kyoryujin.
Kyoryujin is on the flyer for that event, and so people are going like, oh, Toei might debut, or Bandai might debut a 10th anniversary Kyoryujin line there. I would not be surprised if it's like, okay, we're going to get a goofy episode to give a good solid break between the arcs, and then next episode King shows up.
Something like that, yeah, because we are approaching August, and like August, like we don't, at the end of the month, we get the lineup for next month, so like, it's very interesting, like what's going to happen with King-Ohger, but like this is basically the end of the first half of the show, and what a first half it's been super fun. yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot. Like, I know people have had their critiques with the LEDs and the fights aren't good. I disagree with all of it. I think the episode.
I disagree with all of it, having now watched this week's episode of G-Series.
Yeah, frick Josiris. Screw Josiris.
Fuck G-Series. All my friends hate G-Series.
I didn't hate it, just think Josiris is mid. So I can't even like hate that show. It just mid. You know? I don't like using that word, but that shows the definition. Do you want to talk about your comment on it?
Yeah, I watched a few more episodes of the original series. It's been a bit of a weird week, so I only got to watch episodes 56 through 59. They're fine, like fillery Hongo doing stuff episodes. I like that they seem to have remembered suddenly that he's a science man, because that's a thing that like Kamen Rider only occasionally remembers, that the original writer is a fucking genius scientist. And like the last time I remember them remembering it, was the first, and all the science in that movie is fucking dog shit. So
and then was he a science professor in the next?
I mean, it's the same continuity, so yeah, but they just didn't do any science stuff in that movie. That movie was too concerned with I don't know, fucking idols.
Yeah,
was that the Idol movie?
Yeah, that was the Idol movie.
Okay. But yeah, I like Hongo being a scientist man, and I like him being able to explain like weird shit Shocker's doing. I want more of that. I hope there's more of that in the show. And like, if Fujioka ever comes back for like a full on movie or mini arc of the show, TFTTC thing, do stuff in science-y with him.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, are you taking a break from 1971 based on stuff you told me?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to take a break from 1971 based on stuff you told me, or?
That'll probably have to happen, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if it's this week, but it might be very soon.
Yeah, just hint, wink, wink.
Mm-hmm. Main channel stuff.
Yeah, main channel stuff. Ultraman Tiga. I watched that show because it kind of I want to do a video on all the Tiga, Dyna, Gaia shows, even though Tiga and Dyna are in the same continuity. But yeah, Tiga, I watched that. And everyone's favorite first entry in the Heisei series. Ultraman Great's the actual first one, but like, you know, that was the first for Japan produced. That isn't a movie. Hi, Zareth. I love you, Zareth. But like, Tiga has like all of asterisks for it being the first in the Heisei.
It seems like the whole fucking Ultra series is just full of asterisks. Like, this is the Vunga Bunga era. This is the Suga Bunga era.
The Vunga Bunga, goddamn. Yeah, but Tiga, it helped revive Ultraman. It's beloved all over the world because it's got in like many Asian countries and also a 4Kids dubbed I talked about like 2 years ago. It's fine. It's okay. I like it. Yeah, it's a good show. And I know a lot of people compare it to Kuga. It's less like Kuga and more of what if we took the original Ultraman and just did it in the late 90s? Like, it's literally just more of that. Daigo isn't that interesting of a protagonist. He has charisma when he's talking with anyone that isn't himself, or so just on his own he doesn't really have.
Does this man talk to himself a lot? Does he hear voices? Is he like Randy Orton?
No, it's just like, but like he doesn't have his own mode. Like, he's better when he's like interacting with other characters and not when he's talking about himself. Like, because he does really nothing to him. He is the definition of protagonist man. Like, in like any Toku I've seen, and that's not a bad thing.
Are the side characters interesting?
Oh, the side characters are very fun. I like for one, this is the first Ultra team to have a woman as the captain, so that's really cool.
Oh, neat.
She's a badass, and one of the comedy characters is like legit, really like has a lot of pathos to him, and is just a really fun guy to watch. Like, honestly, comedy characters in Ultraman very underrated because they're really like they have a lot of heart. Like Ide in 1966, and like now. God, I have it written in my script because I am gonna do a video on it. But like the comedy character, the resignated comedy character. I did like the Evil Tiga art. That was pretty cool. And the episode that was directed by an old Ultraman director who also did like the episode was about like basically the ending fight was a stage fight, and that was a really cool episode. It's basically just like what if we did more Ultraman. Is what I like is this show. It's like, what if we just did more of what we worked the show on days, but updated for a modern audience? It doesn't really like reinvent Ultraman, but it is like solid show, like good 7, 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't have the nostalgia goggles, so I don't like have like as much like childhood attachment to it. I will say one of my big critiques of the show. I'll mention this in the video. I feel like there's not really a consistent theme. The show has themes, it tackles them, but kind of changes from episode to episode. There's not really a consistent. Here is the overall message that's
it's
unique.
more of a like. It sounds like it's a what's the word? Episodic show.
Yeah, episodic show. But like even other episodic shows I've watched have a theme backing to it that it ends on. This is just kind of the average humanity, and humanity can be good with light at the end. It is like
it's like the most Star Trek: The Next Generation of Ultramans.
Yeah, like I can see that. Like even then, I feel like Star Trek has like more richer themes, but it's kind of like compared like apples to oranges at that point. So.
Well, I'm just saying like there are rich themes to Star Trek, but like I say The Next Generation specifically because that was like a big popular revival that almost eclipsed the original and doesn't have like a consistent story or message running through it. It is just humanity is cool. Once we get over our bullshit and get out into space, we're gonna do and run into all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, kind of that. So yeah, yeah, that's a thought. I just wish because I feel like Ultra 7 has a more consistent thematic backbone that has stuff to say about like humanity more than.
That's fair.
Well, then again, Ultra 7's like a once in a lifetime masterpiece in my opinion. So, yeah.
Okay.
Well, to many people, not just me. So.
Yeah, I know it's well regarded in most circles. I gotta, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's my thoughts on Tiga. I'll have a video on it on the main channel soon. So yeah. But shilling time.
Yeah, shill your shit.
Okay, I'm Buster Corp. I do videos on lots of things. I did a video on Pikmin with a special guest, and I did a video on Kamen Rider V3. You all like Kamen Rider, right? So watch me talk about a Showa entry. So actually, I released it on the 3-year anniversary of my channel, so that was fun.
You cheeky bugger.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the Ultraman TGG videos. Those are going to be separate videos, and also stay tuned for another video game related video. Hint, wink, wink. So get excited.
I'm the Vacuuminator. I make YouTube videos. They're things I'm usually pretty proud of. I have a video on Captain America that came out last week. No video this week because fuck Power Rangers fans. They don't deserve my videos. And we'll be back next week with something cool about a famous person I'm a big fan of. You can find all that and more at The Vacuuminator on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok posting clips of my old videos. That's at _Vacuuminator. I am on Instagram posting daily action figure photography with the same @sign. I am also aggregating all that content on Twitter and Tumblr at The Vacuuminator and thevacuuminator.tumblr.com. But folks, that's it for this week in Toku. We did it. We ripped the Band-Aid off, Buster. How do you feel?
My ears hurt.
I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll see you back here next week for whatever happens that week in Tokusatsu. I don't fucking Jesus Christ.